talked about that. There it is, right there. Bob is willing to initially implement the volunteer program, provide supervisory responsibilities, and so we need to establish a volunteer program, and with Mr. Chisholm as its team leader.
I am not too sure about this because it costs $10 per person and $100 per year, so that's an additional amount on the endorsement of our insurance. I came up today and I had some questions regarding some other things with the insurance policy, and I started looking through it, and our insurance policy needs to have some issues addressed. So I really think we need to take some time to get our insurance policy in order, because one thing I noticed is there's a truck for the fire department that doesn't exist anymore. So I think we kind of need to get some things in line and maybe get our policy in order, and then see if this is something that maybe it should or shouldn't really be. Maybe it's supposed to be part of the policy, because I know insurance, and insurance will get money out of you anytime they can. So I'd like to kind of take my own personal time and review with Noel, if people are okay with that, and try to talk through some of this stuff. Because,
especially that truck, because when I'm a city clerk, I tried to get that truck off the policy.
yeah, there's no reason.
So I guess I'm kind of surprised that it's still there.
Yeah. So I guess that's just my thoughts. Is I mean, I'm not opposed to a volunteer program, but as far as adding an endorsement, I'd like to talk to them and review some things and see if there's a possibility in coverage that they're not making well known, because obviously I feel like they haven't done a good review of our policy as it is. So.
The 10 people are already covered. There's no extra cost up to 10. If we go over 10, then we have to pay a premium.
The paperwork I read today sounded like they were charging a minimum to add the endorsement already on the policy of $10 per person.
And it's my understanding that we didn't have to add an endorsement as long as we didn't use any more than 10 per year.
We're already covered for 10.
That's what
Willene told me when I went in and visited with her. I haven't seen what you're talking about, so maybe I'm talking out of turn.
No, it's a good question then, is what
If
is...
you go over 10,
here.
then it does cost money.
there does need to be some addressing to the policy if we're still paying for vehicles that don't exist.
And not paying for ones that we got.
Yeah, that was another thing. We don't have any pumpers listed on the policy. They have 3 tankers on there.
We only have one tanker.
So I'm really questioning how they entered. That's what I'm guessing, is they didn't take time to enter.
The right truck, which is okay unless we have a claim on it.
And then you don't get paid because you don't have that listed.
Well, we can take those two that they have, we don't have, you can say they were stolen. And we can't find them anyplace, and so we'd like to have you paid for those.
Well, it's on the second page here. It says premium, $10 per volunteer per year with a minimum annual premium of $100. This endorsement may be added at renewal or any time throughout the year.
That says minimum $100. So
Minimum.
does that mean I take that to mean that we already have 10 covered?
Well, so we're already paying for something, then we shouldn't have to, because I didn't see it on the policy that this was already on there, if we've already been paying for it.
Okay.
That's something, that's what I'm saying, I'd like to address that.
Well, I have no problem with addressing it.
Willine's talking about coverage under ICAP.
Here, we don't have this one. This is what came with the application. Read the part that says premium.
Read the part that says
It says
what?
premium, it's about halfway down the paper.
Excess coverage. Premium, $10 per volunteer per year with minimum annual premium of $100. This endorsement may be added at renewal or any time throughout the year. Well, then I think we need to get with Willine. I like Bob's idea a lot.
Yeah, I think it's not his idea, I just want to make sure that,
Well, the real problem is that we're going to do some things tomorrow. I mean, it's as though we've done before. We worked on the bandstand, we worked on the
do we
shelter.
have a list of 10 people already, and do they have to go through background checks? That's another
We
question.
don't have 10 people, but I know 3 for sure that are volunteered, and the point is that
So here's another question. If we have volunteers and they're assisting for the city, can they just sign a waiver instead of having to go through paying for
No, afraid not. I talked to the city attorney on that. And she said to set up a corporation, and I kind of gave up on that. And then I ran into Jerry Parker, and he said, you're covered, if you're under ICAP, he said, you have 10 people already covered. And he sent me down to see Russ Ford, who was semi-retired. When I got there, found out he is retired, and that's how I got talking to Willie and White.
William really does know her business, but this and this, they don't match. But I would be more inclined to believe what Willie told me. I really would. But I think we need to check into all of it, especially if we have trucks that aren't covered and trucks that aren't,
And I have no problem, I think that's probably a good thing to do. And if we table this, that's fine with me, but I'm gonna help you tomorrow, Bob, with the potholes. And I think Bill's gonna help, and there's some other, just because it needs to be done. I mean, I can think of probably 5 things that people have done in the city that...
The only negative part is then we're liable if somebody wants to sue that work we do.
Well, yes, Larry?
Why don't you go to the county jail? They're covered by insurance.
No. I understand.
Why laugh?
No, I understand.
Why laugh? They have work release people that will go and work and the county covers their insurance. Why didn't you look into that?
So
They have work release people that the county covers. They could come up here and done
like a
that.
community service thing?
They're a community service in the county. Why didn't you look into that?
But
And try to-
does that cover the quality of the workmanship on whatever job it might be?
That's probably not a bad idea, but I got a
Well,
project in mind.
it's free. They get paid. We don't have, the city doesn't have to pay for them. They get credit for their time served.
They
coming out
enjoy
and
getting
doing it.
out of the jail to do something outside of jail.
Yeah, I understand, I know how it works, I've been involved
Would
with
there be
it.
any liability to have them in the
No, that's
community?
county.
That's the county.
But the question still remains, who's liable for the work that they did while here after the fact, which is what you also were worried about.
So what kind of liability are you worried about? Are you worried about liability for somebody getting hurt and them having to have medical payout because they got hurt helping us? Or are you worried about the result of your work causing a liability because somebody had an accident because we didn't do it right?
That's what.
Well, if we're worried about not being able to do it right, should we be doing it?
Yes, sir.
I don't know, but I think if we don't get it done, this town just as well, we can't afford to hire it.
Well, I'm not trying, I'm actually playing a little bit of devil's advocate, but I understand about liability, but volunteer is volunteer as well, and we're at risk of everything out there. That stop sign right across the street is tilted over. Somebody could walk along and something could make it go over on their head, and there's a liability risk, and we have all kinds of liability.
Are these work release guys don't know how to prune trees and things like
They
that?
cannot do power equipment.
Kind of limited then.
Well, what's a shop? That's not power equipment to fill the pothole.
I mean, and I'm not opposed, I think it's probably something we need to look into, because there are some things that we can start here and go that way and clean out all the gutters. And
Usually they can do like weed eaters and lawnmowers, they just can't get on the bulldozer.
And what if,
They can't use any power equipment.
they would need
No
a
power, yes.
They're talking about heavy equipment.
Okay, deal right, leaf blower. So does
But that we can't get them by tomorrow.
Need to have them run?
Maybe.
Probably, if you hold them down there, you probably got that.
You can call them.
Call the sheriff and they probably do.
How do they provide transportation?
You have to pick them up and take them back. From 8 to 5.
You can call Mark in the morning and find out what's involved and how long it takes.
Just depends on who's got work release
Yeah,
papers.
right. So I can maybe call him tonight.
That's what the prison's for.
Then I would entertain a motion that we table
Good idea. I like it.
this project as presented until some researches can be done.
I'll make a motion to table this until our next meeting.
Is there a second? Okay, then the motion dies for lack of a second. So if someone like to make a motion, otherwise,
I make a motion that we go ahead and pursue Councilman Chisholm's recommendation as well as having our insurance, the city's insurance. We have to have it reviewed. So that's actually two motions. They add on that.
It's two separate things kind of.
Yeah. Okay, split it up. I make a motion that we pursue Bob Chisholm's recommendation for a volunteer program.
all right, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any other discussion?
I have one comment,
Okay,
and then I'm gonna make my vote.
okay.
My comment is, I am not against the volunteer program. I want to make that clear. My concern is the cost that the insurance company is saying that we have to pay. And at this time, I'm going to vote no.
I know you're not against the program, because we talked about. Yeah, all right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same sign.
Nay.
And we have 3 ayes, 1 nay, and 1 absent. So motion carries. Now, Donna.
Okay, second motion is that, I motion that we have our insurance, the city's insurance, all of our insurance, whether it be through ICAP or IMWCA, I think we need to have all of those reviewed. And if need be, and we need to go hunting trucks under great big leaves, then that's what we need to be doing. I think we really need to check on that.
Willeen told me when I was talking to her about that, she would be glad to come out here. Now, I don't know whether she handles the truck part or,
Yeah, it's all hers.
she said she would be more than glad to come out.
And she's very easy to work with.
Make
I
a
think the first
presentation.
thing on that, in my opinion, is we just need to go through and spend several days getting together everything that we own.
Yeah,
Make a
we
list
have
of
to know what
everything
we
we own,
have.
because, she can come here every day and ask me, and I'm sure, I don't know. We've got titles for stuff that either we don't have anymore, it's broken down or whatever, so I think we just need to spend about a week and just, Yes, itemize everything the city does own.
Work at that for now. Work with the clerk.
I'll sit down with her too.
Okay, then I think that we have the ladies sit down with her and go through all that stuff. Because if we've got trucks covered that we don't own, and we have trucks that we own we don't have covered, that's a big issue. Because I know, I can, when we bought a new truck, we added them. The good thing we added that one truck, isn't it? Yeah, all right. Motion is that that all of our insurance policies be reviewed.
I'll make that motion.
Well, she made it, you can second
Sorry,
it.
I'll just second it.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Aye.
Pardon?
I'm jumping ahead, I said aye.
Okay. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, the same sign. 4 ayes, 1 abstain. Now, the Corn Carnival had a request. Is that
Well, we
right?
think we do, but, I heard somebody talking about potholes down there. It was you. What is the city's plan as far as potholes go before?
We're gonna outlaw them.
Damn, if that would be a good idea.
Say that they can't exist. We're going to, Dave's getting a load of stuff tomorrow.
Okay.
And we're going to, at least the parade route, go through and do that. And there are some others that we should be able to get to.
Well, okay, we had intended to ask that the city at least put gravel we're selling.
Can I ask a question? If you guys are repairing the streets, are you repairing the streets that we are planning to have professionally repaired as well, or just the ones that are not going to be?
That's
I just like that
that's a good
clarified.
question. I talked with Jeremy from the Nats. They had said that, yes, we could probably be there this Thursday and Friday. Maybe not till Friday. Well, that's just not a good idea. Because that's in the middle of everything. So I talked with him, and he said that, that he's at this point in time, because they want to be here in July, with the weather, the rain and stuff, that it might be better if we just waited and did it next year. Which the biggest part of the project they were going to do was this block out here between High Street and Polk Street, the post office and the city and all those. And they were basically going to grind out the whole top of that, put it down, and then cover it again. And then they were going to hit some of the things that were damaged. That didn't seal right when we, the last sewer project, because they were required to do what they did, and they did it, but down there by your house.
Right,
was pretty bad.
right axle in there.
Yeah. Pulling into the street, on the Oak Street is pretty bad. There are some, so, yeah, we're going to fix as much as we can. Now, will that mean that they won't come and try to do it again next year? It may need it next year again, but they would do it probably.
So they're not going to come at all?
As of right now, that's the thing. If they can't come this week, this Friday, Thursday, and Friday, then they don't know they could have a chance to get here at all. And that I said, well, if you can be here and be done by Wednesday, he said, well, that can't happen.
Wow, that's pretty bad because in my opinion, I'm saying in my opinion, we have a liability risk as well with potholes.
Yeah, well, we're going to, we're planning to fill all the potholes.
Yeah, but our street's the whole dang thing.
Yeah, that whole corner.
Because they cut out the whole corner and never put it back.
And that was.
And I broke the shock the other night going around that corner.
I know that was, and we didn't get any insurance money from that, and that trucker came down and did that, which we probably should have, and I didn't know anything about it.
We're shut the potholes on Elm Street, just on the north edge of the school buildings. You go to T61, try to go either way. You're talking about street day in, day out. If one of the buses is loaded and flips, who's responsible for that
I
street?
don't think they're going to flip, but they have insurance to cover that. Hopefully it wouldn't do that. But yes, there are potholes or places that need to be repaired. We're going to do the best we can to make it last until maybe we can get it done professionally.
So have we already paid them to come?
No.
But the city set aside earlier this year $25,000 for that street. Are you going to hold that $25,000 till next year?
That money was road use money from the state, and when it comes, we'll just put it, and that's, because there's certain things you can only use it for certain
Right.
things. Yes, Larry?
Okay, 3 years ago, you had $21,000 that you did not use for streets because it got too late in the year.
Right.
And then the next year, you didn't have that $21,000. Where was that $21,000?
We didn't, there was one year that we missed because we didn't file a form that has to be filed before September 30th, and so we didn't get the money the second year.
This paperwork says you got $21,328.
Yes?
But you didn't use it that year, and you're going to use it the next year, but then here comes the next year, and you have a budget of $500 for street repair. Now, where was that $21,000 that you said you saved to bounce on to the next year, so you'd have some $40-some thousand from one year to the next, you'd have a double amount come from the state, but now you don't have the money.
Yeah, well, the second year that you're talking about there, we didn't get the money from the state because of
Yes,
but the year that you're talking about, yes, we did get the $21,300. And part of it was used on other things to do with the streets. I cannot tell you exactly what everything, but we didn't spend $21,000.
Now, the gal I talked to the state this afternoon says, you got so much money per year, and there was nothing, papers were not sent to them saying what you spent that money for. So where'd that money go that you got but you didn't send the paperwork in to saying what you did.
I thought in the budget or previous meeting, we thought we would roll forward.
I'm sure we rolled some of it forward. Yes, Bob?
I've got a question, Larry. How much does the county get for maintaining these farm-to-market extensions?
25%.
25%, okay, thank you. So 25% of our 21,000, we never see.
It's $800 and some is what the county gets.
That's not 25%.
That's what the paperwork says that they get.
I haven't had time to delve into it, but we need to know that. We need to know that so we can budget in the future for what we're gonna do.
That's what, they came from the state treasurer's office, and they sent me to the Iowa DOT, and that's what she sent me.
You went to the city?
Huh?
Whose office did you go to?
The state
Treasurer's office.
state treasurer, they sent me to the Iowa DOT. She is the one that regulates and sees what the money goes to and what they're supposed to be spent for, and they're supposed to send it. The paper said what they spend the money.
Wapello County gets $800, you're thinking of our road use.
21,000.
I have a question too, and I'm just throwing this out there. Based on the roads that were supposed to be repaired, and from what you had just said, if we have the corn carnival basically set up in this area over here behind us, they're not actually on this road. What is the problem with having them going ahead and coming in and doing what they have to do and just getting it done and over with?
This road is closed, High Street from, where is it? Down by Bob Jidman, past the church. And then this road is closed.
Will they actually, will they be people up there on that, or are we just having a port across there? Because I mean, I know during like the activities, we have it closed, but if it's not corresponding at the same time something's going on, I don't see why they're not able to. If we've got it closed, they should be able to drive in, do their work, and leave again.
I know that Jeremy, when we talked about that, he thought that was not the best idea. Because of the equipment that they have here, and, you know, how they do the seal coating, and it's dusty, and there's gravel, and then there's the heavy machines around.
You're gonna have a lot of truck traffic in and out.
Yeah, so that's, I mean, that was his thinking that, he didn't realize that the corn carnival was going to be going on at that time, but it didn't seem like it was going to be.
It's too bad then, because they're probably gonna work on somebody else's, they can't maybe switch it with someone else's time frame.
And it's possible we could maybe do it after that, but I mean, that was just.
We were scheduled in blinded because of weather delays and
And
stuff
I
like that.
understand we
What's
have
up
rain this year, yeah, and I understand they're backed up, but it's just.
Just so they make everybody know that this is gonna happen, because people are gonna wonder why their streets aren't fixed after the corn carnival, and then, you know, me and Dave hear the brunt of everything. So they need to understand that this was a decision made to not have it done, because that's been a huge
It's a big issue.
thing with everybody, and like I said, nobody wants it because of corn, you know, wants it to happen because of corn carnival, but then, okay, you've got a 2-day event here, and then after that, they're gonna go back and want to know why the streets aren't fixed. I mean,
And I can talk to Jeremy and see if we get movers in after that, but the point was, he didn't think it was probably the best idea to do it during that time. So,
because the city does go on after corn carnival, and I'm not, nothing against that or anything like that, it's just one of these things, you know, the city still needs to go and progress on.
While we're speaking of streets, can I comment on the boards that are down here across the street? They block their hose with those 2 boards.
Yeah,
I'm afraid somebody's gonna get
that's-
hurt or flip.
well, the boards are gonna flip up and hit somebody underneath somebody's
Yeah,
car, so we need to
yeah.
come up with some other kind of plan for
I was
that.
gonna say, when I went over, it popped up at the bottom of my van.
It's not.
There's a-
Right down here in front of the
Right.
bar, across the.
Yeah. Down the alley.
Because they're loose as far as that, I
I
understand.
will try to talk to the carnival's owner as soon as this meeting's over.
Okay. I know, I understand why they're doing it, but it's not the best remedy as far as. We covered everything on the agenda.
What we have,
We haven't?
no. I will have one more from carnival.
Okay.
One more that I know of. We would like to request that our police officer be on duty Friday night.
Right. think that
And then
that's,
Saturday.
I talked with him about that before, and I believe that's understood.
Are you gonna- okay, good.
But I will check with him to make sure. Friday evening and Saturday.
Do you have anything on your list?
Or something like that.
It is low tech.
Do we have the detour signs lined up and ready to go for the routes
I
around?
talked to David this morning, and he was gonna go down where they were gonna deliver all that stuff, and he was gonna start setting up and stuff. And so that's what, so as far as I know, he's already aware, he talked, and he knows about the bringing that stuff.
Okay.
So as far as I know, that's,
And you ordered barricades for the car show.
right. They're going to deliver those, what, Wednesday?
Next weekend.
I think that's all we had then.
What's the name of it about? Contact the sheriff about that. Okay, all right.
Can you think of anything else? Make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second it.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, same sign. Motion carries, one absent. Thank you.